Now that I have my official certificate for electronic notary, I am trying to learn and get more information about emergency video notarizations. It is still, well, it has been reenacted into law in North Carolina. It lasts until July of 2023, until a permanent remote online notarization platform can be implemented in the state. And so I personally don't think it's going to take that long. I mean, I hope it won't. But if it does, whatever, I'm ready to be able to do it, because when it does become into effect, traditional notaries will not be able to do RON. You will have to become an e-notary regardless. So I already got that done. So I'm over here looking at the revised FAQs, the frequently asked questions regarding emergency video notarizations. You can find this on the Secretary of State's website, and there will be a link to pull up the PDF for the newly revised FAQs for EVNs. It was revised last month in July of 2022. So, I just want to go through each question just to make sure I understand. And if you are very well versed in all this, please make sure that my understanding is on point. So the first question is about, is a notary allowed to perform video notarizations? To sum it up, yes, regular traditional notaries can perform EVNs until June 30th of 2023. If you're already an electronic notary, perfect. But if not, that's okay. You can still do it until then. Like I said, once the RON becomes effective permanently July 1st of 2023, then that's when you will have to be e-notary certified. Number 2, can a notary perform a notarization by viewing a pre-recorded video or listening to pre-recorded audio of a person signing a document? No. So it says no, both the notary and signer must be logged in on a video conference platform, aka something like Zoom, in real time live, so they can interact and see and hear each other clearly. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. So you need to both be live, like no pre-recordings. Don't show me a video that you did the day before. Like, if you need something notarized, we need to be doing it literally like live. How does a notary verify the identity of a signer requesting a video notarization? So it's kind of obviously the same as when you're doing traditionals. You need to positively identify a person with acceptable identification, which includes personally knowing the signer. Me as a notary, I would have to know you personally, or a credible witness of yours that I may know. So if the signer needs something notarized, I would have to personally know the credible witness. And the credible witness will have to positively identify and tell me that, yes, this is that person. Of course, you can obtain an identification card, which must be held up to the camera for me to positively identify. So the notary will have to, the signer will have to hold up their ID to the camera. I make sure that everything is current, correct, description match, photo matches, all that, and that it is something that's current and usable, that was assigned through state, federal, or tribal government. How they won't let me be great. They won't. Constant distractions, but we're going to keep going. So the next one is there any change in what is an acceptable ID card for performing a video notarization? Yes, it must always be an issued state, federal, or tribal government agency. And a card must include both physical description and a signature of the person, so such as our driver's license. Um, yeah, self-explanatory. Right, I expect that. Can I notarize a document for a signer who is not located in the same county where I am located during a video notarization? So this is where if the signer is in Davidson County and me, I'm here in Forsyth County, can we still do the EVN? Yes, by law in North Carolina, we can. So all we have to do is just make sure that I correctly document where the signer is during this EVN. Can a notary public notarize a document for a person signing a document in another state by using video conferencing? So here I am in North Carolina. The signer is in California. Can I complete the EVN? Absolutely not. The signer will have to be in North Carolina. How will I know? Wait, hold on. Did we skip one? Oh, if I am not sitting in North Carolina right now, can I perform a video notarization for a signer located in North Carolina? No. So this is something like as if, oh, I'm on vacation in Hawaii and my neighbor, who's obviously still here in North Carolina, says, girl, I need you to notarize something for me. Well, guess what? Princess won't be able to do it for you because I am not literally located in North Carolina if this EVN takes place while I'm on vacation in Hawaii. That's it. It won't be able to happen. So unfortunately, she will have to go search for someone else to complete that. Yep, so that's how that works. How will I know what the signer is signing? The signer must verbally state to the notary what kind of document is being signed for the notarial record and should hold up the document to the camera because the notary must record what type of document is being signed. The notary must be able to clearly see the person sign the document. So, to begin with, you need to be able to hold up the document, show it to the notary, and then the notary must be able to clearly identify what type of document that the signer needs notarized. Here, can I perform a verification or proof or notarize an absentee ballot using video conferencing? No. Only acknowledgments and oaths or affirmations may be performed by video conferencing. So, just simple stuff. If I'm a regular notary, how will I be able to complete the notarial certificate and affix my notary stamp seal to the document I just watched a person sign over video conferencing technology? If an original wet sign notarization on an original wet sign document is required, the signer must transmit a legible copy of the signed document to the notary on the same day as the document was signed by fax or other electronic means, and must also deliver the original signed document to the notary by mail or other physical method. So this document must be faxed to the notary, and the notary prints it out. And this is and, not or, and must also deliver the original signed document to the notary by mail or other physical method. That's so extra. And this is where EVN is not like RON. The notary then has to compare it to the electronic copy that was previously sent, then complete the notarial certificate and send the document back to the signer. Hold on. The notary then has to compare it to the electronic copy that was previously sent. Okay. Then complete the notarial certificate and send the document back to the signer. So, I, as the notary, have to make sure that the electronic copy matches the original copy, right? So I have to make sure the fax copy that I printed off is literally the exact same as the original copy that you sent to me physically. And then I have to complete the notarial certificate and send the document back to the signer. The date on the notarial certificate will reflect the date the notary observed the signing of the document on video conferencing. Must be the same day that the conferencing took place, right? The date on the EVN certificate will reflect the date the notary literally completed the notary certificate, which I guess it could mean that it could be a different day where the certificate was completed. Please make sure all this is in the same day. Don't give yourself a headache. If you're a fellow notary getting into this, I would suggest you make sure you get all this done within the same 24-hour period. If an original wet sign notarization on an original wet sign document is not required, the signer, and this is where the signer must do their due diligence and make sure whether it's required or not to whoever they're turning in this document to. So if an original wet sign notarization on an original wet sign document is not required, the signer must fax or email the signed document to the notary on the same day. The notary must print the document and complete the notarial certificate and send it back to the signer on the same day. So in this instance right here, depending on whoever the entity is that the signer is sending this document to, and depending on how they prefer the signatures be, either A, the signer sends me the document electronically, like through fax, I print it off, I do the certificate, sign what I need to sign on the certificate, send it back. I can send the certificate back through fax to the signer that way, if the entity who's receiving the document is okay with the signer having it completed that way. If not, I will have to physically mail the copy of the certificate to the signer or deliver it to the signer. Not getting it right, please make sure, if you are in North Carolina or you are versed in this, please make sure I understood that correctly. All right, next one. Will there be any special wording in a notarial certificate to show that the signing was done by video conferencing? Yes. Every document notarized using video conferencing must have the following wording on each emergency video notary certificate completed. So there's a list of points. Pretty much, there is a certificate specifically for EVNs. You need to be able to use that. That's the only way that you can document this type of notarization correctly. That's the only way. There are specific certificates for EVNs. And just to add, there's a specific logging of EVNs as well. Don't forget to log it in your notary journal correctly. All of these printouts are available on the Secretary of State's website, so you can do it like that as well. How can I protect myself as a notary if I have notarized a document using EVN? Notaries are required to keep a journal of each EVN in a secure location for at least 10 years. Notaries, we've been told we do not have to keep a journal in North Carolina. With EVN, you are absolutely required to keep a journal of EVN specific notarizations for at least 10 years in North Carolina. If someone requests an emergency video notarization and I am not satisfied with the ID they've given to prove who they are, can I refuse to complete the EVN? Yes, the notary can refuse to proceed if the identification presented does not meet the requirements for satisfactory evidence. So, you have the right to decline proceeding if you don't have enough evidence that this person is who they say they are. Okay, we're almost done. 3 more questions to go. Is a video notarization an electronic notarization? No. A video notarization is not an electronic notarization. Video notarizations can be performed by either a regular traditional on paper notary or by an electronic notary. So, as of right now, EVN can be completed by any notary. Remember, an electronic notarization, you are still appearing in person. The signer must still appear before you as the notary, but with EVN, you do not. you're using video conferencing technology. The electronic notarization is just that the documents may be signed electronically on a device in front of you both, right? But EVN, we're not physically near each other at all. And so, number 15, I'm an NCE notary and I've been asked to perform electronic notarization using video conferencing. Can I use any kind of electric notary solution? No. An electronic notary must use An electronic notary must use one of our approved electronic notary solutions listed on the SOS website here, in addition to a video conference technology platform like Zoom, WebEx, GoToMeeting, etc. So, the Secretary of State was kind enough to give us all the resources that we need that are allowed in the state of North Carolina. You just have to visit the website and choose a provider or choose a solution that works for you. And last one, number 16, may court reporters administer oaths by video? Yes, court reporters may perform oaths using video conferencing technology and must comply with all the applicable provisions of the EVN law, including positively identifying the principal and recording the notarial act in the EVN journal. That was straightforward. So, yep. That's all for the revised frequently asked questions regarding emergency video notarizations in the state of North Carolina. The Secretary of State website is absolutely wonderful. You'll find so many good resources for notaries. It never disappoints. Usually when I'm looking for an answer, I can pretty much find it there myself. But definitely, if you're in another state, definitely get used to searching around on your Secretary of State's website. Definitely make use of Facebook, you guys. There's plenty of Facebook notary groups to be a part of, and you will find countless and invaluable information from other notaries in your area or across the country that could be helpful to you in growing your notary business. So, thanks for watching. I hope that, look, if you're in North Carolina and you're where I am on this notary signing agent journey of mine, we in this together, and we're going to learn together, and we're going to get it together. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you see me in my next video. Don't forget to like and subscribe.